Rotten Tomatoes dives face first into payola, Gaybraham Lincoln biography inbound, and Joseph brings a group project for the class.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimble to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates. Welcome to Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Tyler.
And we have a super duper awesome, great show for you today. Welcome everyone on YouTube Live, viewer, and otherwise. And of course, the OG classmates listening in podcast land.
That's right.
Still.
Yeah.
Haven't made the jump.
Yeah.
Over to visuals. That's okay.
It's fun over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got good stuff. We got, you can see our
beautiful faces.
where our fun shirts we're wearing. I got my new The Witch shirt from Rucking Fountain.
Yeah, that's a tight shirt.
Very red.
Tight. Yeah,
tight shirt.
that's why I got the green background today, because I don't want to clash.
You don't want to blend.
Yeah, I don't want to be one big red blur.
Yeah. Tyler's got the Shining shirt that I gave to him.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Oh, that's cool.
Yes, I did.
Very much.
Was his
Thank you
birthday
very
gift?
much.
Just because.
No, I was just cleaning house.
You're like, this is too small for me.
I was like, I don't want this.
I'm hella buff now.
There you go.
Tyler, I got some pants for you if you want some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've grown out of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a man now.
Oh,
Have they been shat in?
No, I don't
Okay.
shat. I zero shat pants guarantee.
Oh, okay.
okay. I wouldn't mind either way.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Well, here we all are
Yeah,
on this very warm day once again.
it is hot. Jalapeno summer we're in. Or
Yeah.
the jalapeno fall. is
Summer
what it
part
was.
2 we're in.
I don't know. I mean, it's just it's climate change. We just got to deal with it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I always think that 2012, you know how they said 2012 was going to be like the end of the world? That was like the huge
Mayan
thing.
calendar.
According to the Mayans.
Yeah, Mayan
According
calendar.
to the
yeah.
Mayans. I think it was.
No,
Like,
no. We don't use Mayan calendar. We use Aztec in this podcast.
Oh.
We don't abide by the Mayan calendar.
According to the Aztecs, when does the world end?
I don't know.
No,
that
I'm pretty sure after 2012, it just knows our world collectively just nosedived.
I thought it was after Kobe died.
I thought it was Harambe. I thought it was Harambe this whole time. I think that was like the start of it all.
Yeah, I think it was Harambe.
It wasn't 9/11.
Whoever. Oh man.
We're approaching that day.
Yeah.
Too bad we're not recording on that.
That blessed day.
I gotta take that day off.
Blessed day.
It's Wednesday. We're gonna have an episode drop that day though.
Oh,
We gotta be very careful. So next week, whatever we pick on the wheel at the end of this episode or next episode is gonna be what movie review drops on
my
9/11. We have any weird ones?
I don't think we have any 9/11.
any patriotic,
I don't think we have any 9 related
towering inferno?
movies.
Joseph, you have the opportunity to do something hilarious right now.
Oh yeah.
United 93 or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Oh fuck.
This is a separate subject. This morning I woke up and I genuinely thought I had to go to work.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Record on Saturdays, just FYI. But
Yeah.
I woke up.
Was it because of Labor Day that we?
No, I don't know what it was.
Celebrated?
I was just like so tired, but my body woke up at 7:30 or 7:33. My alarm, my last alarm is at 7:30, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it's 7:33. I gotta get up." And I like told Deanna, "It's 7:30. We have to get up." And then I'm like, and then she wasn't.
Wait, why does she have to get up with you?
Yeah, because she goes to
You
work
gotta
at the
make
same
me
time.
You gotta make me breakfast.
No, she goes to work at the same time I do, and I was like, "Why isn't she getting up?" And she heard me and she was like, "Okay." And
What?
I was like, "What do you mean okay?"
I like how she was like, okay, like.
Why do you have an alarm for 7:30 on a Saturday?
What? No, I don't have an alarm. My
No,
alarm,
it was
my
his
alarm
body-
didn't go
it was his-
off.
It was
Oh,
his,
it did go off.
It was
And,
his
Like
internal
I thought,
body.
my brain thought it was Friday morning.
Got it.
And then I was like, "Wait, what day is it?"
I've had a dream like that before, where I thought I was late for school, and I didn't do my like class project or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Oh wait a second, I'm 38. I haven't been to school.
38.
I haven't been to school in 20 years.
Why do I have homework? I've had dreams where I'm like, I'm still in college. Why am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, after I've had a rough night, I will wake up on a Sunday and think that it's Monday. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm still half drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a dream that I can rely on that will happen no matter what, is if like I've been on like a set for a shoot, like a video shoot of some kind, and it's been a long day, I will dream that night that I'm still there.
Always.
Yeah,
That's
always.
the Tetris.
It's like when you're
syndrome.
moving, you dream about boxes.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. But enough about confusing your days. Let's get into some Gab and Chatter.
Find some charity, ye lad. Now's the time for Gab and Chatter.
Gab and Chatter movie news, movie things to talk about.
Yeah.
Pete.
I got two things. Number one is, my news story is about Rotten Tomatoes and their new classification for a rating. But before that, we had a message on the Twitter from our old pal JB, Joe Bridges. And he had some choice words for you, Tyler.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm going to play, this is a clip.
How surprising.
Why do you say that? How surprising?
Yeah, because everyone has something to disparage me about. Go
Maybe
ahead.
maybe it's because of your actions and decisions.
Maybe so. Yeah. All right.
So this is in regards to last week we talked about Winona Ryder not wanting, like she was pissed off that these young kids on set and the new generation of actors have no reverence for film history. And
Old Man Simpson.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah, seemingly. And that was kind of the whole thing was like, oh, do you really have to care about movies to make movies?
That was a good conversation.
It was a good conversation. So I pulled a little bit, just about 2 minutes, but I'm going to play this. This is a summary of Tyler's discussion.
But she says she's disappointed by younger co-stars who aren't cinephiles and that actors should be interested in movies. And I thought, okay, this is just another boomer saying, I don't mean to sound so hopeless. There are a few that are just not interested in movies regarding her co-stars, her younger co-stars. The first thing they say is, how long is it? Yeah, fuck you, Winona Ryder. Maybe I have somewhere to be instead of watching a boring movie for 3 hours. She says, I almost wept hearing Ortega reference specific shots from the classic. And I'm just like, Winona, come on. Who are you trying to impress here? Who are you trying to impress? You almost wept? You're talking to this 18-year-old girl that's kind of like gatekeeping when people say, these younger people, they don't like this, that, or the other. When in reality, it really doesn't matter. Like when you guys give me crap about, how long is a movie? What does it matter? I'm just asking how long a movie is. Okay.
Yeah, so that's...
Do actors have to like
little
movies to act in a movie? What if you just like the job of acting? Like, you don't have to enjoy movies in the same way that Winona Ryder enjoys movies. Let me paint you a scenario. I lose my job and I already don't like movies, but let's say I go into let's say I waltz into a studio and do an audition just on a whim.
Okay.
And the director is, oh my God, you are so good at it. I'm just like, oh
my God, you're so good.
Do you want this paying job? Okay. If I go,
Yes.
if I go going on the red carpet, everyone's asking, oh, what's your favorite movie? And I say, oh, I don't like movies. Is that a detriment to the finished product that you participated in? Or
No, it just makes me
you look like an asshole.
Yeah, it just makes you look like more of an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's rude and disrespectful.
Yeah.
At least
you got Winona Ryder talking to you.
At least give them the respect.
At least
I heard
pander.
enough. I heard enough. I've heard enough.
So that's the context for the people that didn't listen last week. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, go back. It was a good one. So we have a message from Joe Bridges on Twitter at podcastmcfc is the handle. Good thing I wasn't listening live to Tyler going on and on about Winona Ryder and his disdain for actually watching movies. Why the hell is he even bothering to be on a movie podcast if he actively has zero curiosity about them? The act is getting boring.
Wow.
You're telling our listeners who take the time out of their day to watch us or listen to us that you hate movies.
Wow. That's all right. All right.
So
I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
Tyler,
I'm speechless.
I want your written response, 3 paragraphs or more.
3 paragraphs or more?
No, please don't.
I can. I will.
The what's your fan club's name again? The Noe
Noe-Dolls?
Noe-Dolls?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I don't think you've ever said that out loud before, but I love it.
The Noe-Dolls.
Noe-Dolls. Yeah. I thought it was more like a team, like the Noe Union or something like that.
No. Noe-Dolls.
The Noe-Dolls. So yeah, Team Tyler over there.
Yeah, Team
You
Tyler,
have a dedicated group of people that will defend you to their last dying breath, or maybe they won't.
Okay, so they're saying my bit of not liking movies is it's wearing its welcome.
This is just one. This is
welcome.
Joe Bridges.
Okay.
But then your old pal Heather also. She used to be a staunch fan.
Yeah, now she's
Until you disparaged her.
And she turned a 180 on me.
You're like, oh, I love this movie. It's a super fun movie, Heather. Anyway, she's gone. I fucking hate this movie.
Yeah.
This movie sucks.
Since I've been listening to the older episodes, I got to the point in an episode where you talked about The Rise of Skywalker and how you gave it 6 Baby Yodas out of 10, but you actually hate it. But then you went on to say, my dad was there and he loved Star Wars and I didn't want to, I didn't want to yuck his yum.
Oh yeah, he was talking shit about Rise of Skywalker, and then I said I had listened to Tyler's guest spot on The Ugly Truth, which is Tyler's mom's podcast, where he gave it 6 out of 10 Baby Yodas.
Yeah.
The same, that he enjoyed it the same as us.
Yeah, and you enjoyed it just as much, and you're like, well, I got to cater my message to my audience. Just be your authentic self, my man. I want Tyler. I want to be on Team Tyler, not Team Fake Tyler.
Well, I mean, all right. Well, Mr. Bridges, I'm sorry. I apologize.
But this at the same time though, he sent that message. But you did go on to proceed in that very same episode to stream pick three
in a row.
movies.
That's right.
That's right.
And whether and whether you meant to or not, I'm just gonna pretend that you did mean to. You did watch movies that we recommended.
Yeah.
From past episodes, and I don't care.
It was stuck in my subconscious.
So I'm proud of you for that, and I just hope that gravy train keeps rolling. So I'm sure we're gonna get 3, maybe 6 maybe 4 streaming picks this week from Tyler.
Maybe.
Thanks for the message, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
And Joseph too is Joe Bridges. He's very outspoken. Hi Heather, what's
blunt.
up? Yeah, very blunt, and he has I can't remember exactly what his kind of saying he says is. He's like, I'm not saying you're wrong about your opinion. I just acknowledge that people are often wrong. People often wrong about their opinions.
Yeah.
And he's okay with that. So
yep.
I love the master, Joe Bridges, chiming in and giving us a little bit of a
well, thank you for the
sauce.
interaction. Yeah, I like it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Are
Keep
you
it
happy
coming.
Are you happy you got the hate mail?
Yeah. Keep it coming, man.
You sound happy.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that we really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool.
Star Wars.
So my actual news story. So Rotten Tomatoes is kind of a divisive website. And for people who don't know what it is, it's a yes or no aggregation website. So reviewers will give their review either through print on a separate website, and Rotten Tomatoes goes out and finds that review of said movie, and they basically determine if it was a overall positive review or overall negative review. And then that gives you either a yes or a no on the review. Mm-hmm. So if a movie has 75% Rotten Tomatoes rating, that means 75% of the critics' reviews that they aggregated means that they would ultimately recommend the movie. Not that it's everybody, the average, it's not like 7.5 on IMDb, it's different.
Yeah.
So they have 2 ratings. They have the critics rating, which is the Rotten Tomatoes, and then they have the audience rating. And that, I think that's where what I like about Rotten Tomatoes is that you can see
there's 2 separate camps.
Correct. And you personally may align with one or the other, particularly, especially if you're looking at the type of movie it is. And you're like, yeah, the critics may not like this movie, but it's dumb fun because the audience gives it 85. So pretty cool in that regard. Well, there's a new rating that's coming to Rotten Tomatoes called Verified Hot. And Verified Hot is basically...
Oh, no.
What?
Verified Hot.
Verified Hot. So there's over 200 movies that are currently in the system that are able to either as verified hot or not, that are retroactively going back through to get the new grade. And theoretically, it should do something about review bombing. And review bombing would be basically like somebody says, I don't like this movie because of the message that I assume it has. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm just going to go on and give it a 1-star review.
Yeah, it becomes viral it's kind of like YouTube videos, like where there's like an unpopular or a popular YouTube video that everyone goes and dislikes the video based on because it's like a meme to do it now.
Yeah, so there was one particular instance for some people that are in the, cinematics universe. Anderson Cowan started Cinematics and also hosts the Film Vault currently. He's made his own feature film called Groupers, and the subject matter is essentially that two homophobic men get drugged, kidnapped, and then tied together in a drained pool face to face with a Chinese finger trap over their dicks, and they're held there.
Okay.
High concept, right?
Okay.
And it's like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
And it's basically like very like pro homosexuality and anti homophobia. I can understand why people would look at that and be like, okay, this is a movie that I don't want to hitch my wagon to. For whatever reason, somebody got it in there and it took off and it got review bombed. Before the movie really even was available, someone on some forum was like, oh, this is a homophobic movie. When in reality, it's the opposite. So it got review bombed and it was at like 3.5 or something. And he essentially had to beg all the listeners to give it good reviews to counteract the review bombing. And it's a terrible thing. Anytime you can get a audience member who is able to give a review without reviewing the movie, you can get this review bombing. So the audience score was like super, super low. And then the critic score was much more verified. But I think on his, it was IMDb anyways. So the whole point of this is that the verified rating is that it takes verified, confirmed viewers of the movie and allows their reviews to go into a separate category.
So what's the process of being a verified viewer?
You have to buy the ticket through Fandango, which is owned by Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
So
Really?
Yeah. So basically,
Rotten Tomatoes owns Fandango.
I thought Yahoo owned Fandango.
Maybe Yahoo owns it all. Oh, wow. Yahoo owns all of us. The show is sponsored by Yahoo.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Cameo stopped paying. So the critics aggregator is going to be called the popcorn meter.
Popcorn.
I thought it was already called the popcorn.
Oh, it is called the popcorn meter. It's a direct discrepancy between the critic score and the tomato meter. It's a sign of a movie's critics disconnect with the general public. Blah 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 blah. So Rotten Tomatoes and Fandango today are rolling out the rating that could address all this and give a true popular movie a much needed word of mouth boost called Verified Hot. The designation is only given to theatrical movies that have reached an audience score above 90% among user ratings. The catch is that the verified tag only comes from users who Rotten Tomatoes know actually bought the movie ticket.
Okay.
So
do people go to Rotten Tomatoes to determine whether or not they want to see a movie?
Yes. Millions of people do. Hundreds of thousands of people at least.
What?
Use Rotten Tomatoes as a guide whether or not they're going to watch a movie.
Like, this movie is going to be good based on the tomato score. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I'm old school. I like to base it off of the trailer. If I like the trailer,
you will not watch the movie.
Got me there. But I think that I've never heard of anyone saying, "Oh, I went on Rotten Tomatoes and I saw that it did not get a good score. I'm not going to check out that movie." Like it's so weird, like to get into the mindset of that.
I think it's more of a casual movie enjoyer is going to do that.
Yeah.
So think about this: you watch maybe 3 movies a year in theater, if that. Most people watch 1 or less movies a year in theater, and you're like, okay, I've heard this movie is. I haven't heard anything about this movie. I like the trailer. Let's see what the ratings are. It's almost like going on Yelp and looking at a restaurant before you try it out for the first time. And they go on and they go, ooh, 98% critics or audience score, 70% critic score. Cool. I don't give a fuck about critics. I want to have a good time. And they're more likely going to have a decent time if they were on the fence with the movie anyways. If you're a little bit more bought and sold movie appreciator, maybe you're going to have a particular critic or a friend who has a very similar taste as you that you talk to online or whatever to determine whether or not you're going to watch that movie.
I don't know.
What do you think, Joseph?
I wouldn't.
What do you think, Joseph?
I don't know. I don't usually look at tomato meter I look at it like secondhand. Like I see it come through either its own marketing campaign, like certified fresh, or like I just see a headline. Yeah. The Joker one. I didn't look that up. I just saw that it debuted with a 59%.
Sure.
Right? Tomato meter. So it's like, I'm still going to watch it. Doesn't matter if it's less than 50%, higher than 50%, certified fresh. I couldn't care less.
You couldn't care less
about tomato meter.
That's the same way I am. Like, I can see the rating of Rotten Tomatoes and be interested. Oh, I got that score. I'm still going to watch it. It doesn't matter. So for anyone who basing on their decision of whether or not to watch a movie based on Rotten Tomatoes. It just seems very foreign to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people also don't quite understand how tomato meter works.
No, they just think it's 98%. It's like, oh, it's a perfect movie.
98% good.
Yeah, exactly.
What about that 2% though? Yeah, the 2% bad movie.
There's a guy that started posting on the Cinematics Facebook group that's called Review the Critics YouTube channel, and he takes movies that are almost universally loved, like 98%, and he'll find like the 3 critics that gave it a bad review, and they basically put them on blast on a video. Oh, this is the one guy that gave Toy Story 3 a bad rating. And then he'll look through his old reviews and be like, but he liked Country Bears? Who is this guy?
We kind of did something similar earlier in our show where we would read the worst reviews of movies that we liked.
Good movies, yeah.
Yeah, occasionally we'll do that.
Yeah, it's fun.
What I think we should eradicate all movie critics and tomato meter and IMDb rating system.
We would be out of a job then.
Yeah. And no, we're not. I mean, I guess we're rating it, but and we should rely completely on the people who work at the theaters.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Who don't actually see the movies, by the way. They just see the beginning and end.
Now, I mean, now they kind of got rid of the whole ticket booth at movie theaters, and because
weird thing.
Everybody buys it online. I mean, I'm sure people still buy movie tickets in person, but
I've had to buy them at the concessions now.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
And I
like the box office.
Yeah, if we went back to that. If we went back to those days of lining up at the ticket booth, the box office, and sometimes I would go to the movies and a person would be just browsing, like they're looking at a fast food restaurant. Like, what's that about? They'll ask the ticket taker.
Meanwhile, there's 5 people lined behind them.
Like, come on, man,
figure your shit out.
I know, and this
called Hot Tub Time Machine. What else could it be about?
Yeah, I know. And then even further back, where you look at the movie times in the newspaper.
Yeah,
and they didn't have Fandango wasn't a thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's what I used to do when I was young. Everybody else.
Or TV Guide would say a scintillating sexual thriller full of tension and romance.
An erotic journey. An erotic journey from Milan to Minsk.
Yeah,
you had me at erotic journey.
I know. Ooh, I'm gonna go on with a hard on.
Rochelle.
Sir, you can't bring that lotion in here.
Yeah.
And I remember walking by a ticket booth and a person doing that, and they were browsing and asking the person working there, I'm like, do they think that all these workers have seen every movie that's playing at the theater? I'm sure they have access to it, but they don't necessarily do it. And this one specific person walking by, I just overheard, I don't remember what the movie was they're asking about, but the way that they asked this question, they're like, oh, that movie. What's the Sinopolis on that?
Sinopolis?
You heard this person say that?
Yes, I heard him say
Sinopolis?
Sinopolis. And that perplexed me as I walked by.
Well, you're more likely to get a good recommendation for a movie from someone that works at a video rental store, because they're while they're on the clock, they're watching movies on the different screens, and at the same time, they're not recommending you movies that are still in theaters. They're recommending you movies that are available for rent that they probably already watched at home potentially.
Yeah. Or like on the TVs that are like in the corner.
They're watching it up on the TV.
Yeah. Oh my god, what a dream job.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, Hellraiser 3. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the one with the CDs out of their face.
And then you can just be condescending to the customers, like, this one, really?
That's GameStop employees.
Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, or John Cusack in High Fidelity, or Jack Black.
Oh yeah, Jack Black.
Oh, you want this? Oh, this is what for your daughter? Oh, does she have a head injury or something?
I love High Fidelity. It's such a good movie.
So anyways, the few movies that already got the verified hot: Bad Boys Ride or Die, Fly Me to the Moon, Deadpool vs. Wolverine, Twisters, It Ends With Us, Top Gun Maverick, The Color Purple, Parasite, Oppenheimer, Dune Part 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, and more.
The bangers, the hits.
It has to be 90% of verified users give it a good positive review.
Right. And verified users are Fandango purchasers.
So currently it's just Fandango, but they're trying to partner up with other online like purchasing company or apps or whatever. So
like AMC.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that. Vudu. Yeah. I think that's one you can buy.
Vudu? Movie tickets?
I think so. Anyway, so they're working on that, and for now it's basically just payola.
They're working on it.
Yeah,
I think that's a good call. on Rotten Tomatoes because I feel like Rotten Tomatoes now has this perception of themselves of just kind of being disingenuous about the ratings.
Well, the system's been gamed a number of times,
Right, yeah.
Studios will be like, okay, we're going to pay a bunch of people to go give positive reviews. And that's the whole point of this whole thing is they're trying to like
People
count
paid off.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like these reviews that go for these websites, who knows if the website is a parent company is Sony. Only gives positive reviews to Sony or whatever.
Is the certified fresh? Is that like an overall percentage?
Certified fresh is the critic score 60% or more, and it has to be over, I think, like 10,000 reviews.
60%. That's low.
60% is just
That's
is
passing.
fresh.
I know it's passing, but I mean, D is passing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So it's
That's
like
how
how is it?
that's how I skated through high school.
And you're not certified fresh.
Yeah. So fresh is 60% or more. Certified fresh is over a certain number of reviews plus 60%.
I don't know. Seems low.
Yep. That's it. That's it for me.
Okay. Tyler.
So this comes from Variety.com.
Cool.
And I had no idea that Abraham Lincoln had a sexual fluidity to his personal life. Oh, fuck. So there's a new documentary coming out called A Lover of Men, and makes the compelling case that he was, in fact, he liked to go on both sides of the spectrum of sexuality.
Fucking liberals.
Hey, he's a Republican.
The director of this documentary is Sean Peterson. I don't know who it is, but he makes a compelling case that Honest Abe was queer.
Mm-hmm.
The 102-minute documentary features 20 Lincoln scholars and historians and never-before-seen photographs and letters that argued that there is no denying that Lincoln had sexual relations with men.
Mm-hmm.
The film presents a plethora of evidence that the former president was involved with a series of men.
Oh, series, huh?
4 of significance. One of those men was Joshua Speed, known for his speed,
All right.
Speed.
I am Speed.
with whom Lincoln shared a bed with for 4 years, according to the film, which says it is widely documented.
Yeah, Mary Todd was his beard, in addition to his actual beard.
Correct.
Yeah. Famous beards.
He
Mary
wasn't
Todd.
ripped for nothing.
That's right.
Lovers of Men explores not just Lincoln's sexual preferences, but the history of human sexual fluidity and the profound differences between sexual mores of the 19th century and those of today. So really, this documentary coming out, like the focal point is Abraham Lincoln, being with, but it's more so a statement on how people in the past were just fucking everything and anything.
I don't think everybody was. I think it was just
it was
Like
you had-
historical figures?
Yeah, if you had an unconventional sexuality, if you were non-heterosexual, they would just hide it.
Did this
Right.
documentary just out Lincoln?
So,
Against his will?
It's been rumored for years and years and years.
I had no idea. I literally just discovered this today.
Really?
I
You ever seen the music video "Gay Bar" by Electric Six?
I have no idea what that is.
I guess that's why the movie was called Abraham Lincoln Gay Vampire Hunter.
Yeah,
Wait, it was called Gay Vampire Hunter? I thought it was just
Abraham
Vampire
Lincoln
Hunter.
Bussy Hunter.
Oh, God.
I'm gay.
So Variety.com. So I'm just going to go through the interview really quickly.
Okay.
The interviewer says, Sean, what drove you to make this documentary? And Sean Peterson responds, I saw this Gore Vidal essay in Vanity Fair.
Gore Vidal. It's a person.
Oh, Gore Vidal.
Yeah.
Was Lincoln bisexual? About Lincoln's sexuality, and I was really fascinated by it. Then I went down the whole rabbit hole of looking up as much as I could about it. Then I started pitching different incarnations of the story dating back to 2008. The response I kept getting was, come on, this can't be true. During the pandemic, I was like, I'm so sick of hearing that. Let me just make a documentary. So I made
End it all.
yeah. So I made a sizzle reel with interviews with 3 scholars, John Stauffer, who's a Harvard professor, Jean Baker, who's a historian, and Jonathan Ned Katz, who is also an historian. The interviewer says, Rob, how did you get involved? Who is someone who is also involved with this What was the laugh? I don't get it. He's also involved in this documentary.
Okay. Wonderful.
Sean and I met up and he told me that he was working on, and he said, "Did you know Abraham Lincoln was queer?" And I said, "No."
What?
Then he told me the story and I said,
Wait, can you give me that line read again?
"Did you know Abraham Lincoln was queer?" And I said,
fuck.
"No."
Oh,
And I said,
Then he told me the story and I said, "That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard and I want to produce it."
that story made his whole week.
It's a great story with an incredible. He said it's a great story with an incredible hook. Steven Spielberg made Lincoln, which was released in 2012. And wasn't that Daniel Day-Lewis who played Lincoln? Yeah, okay. He made that in 2012. And there was also a Ken Burns acclaimed docuseries called Civil War, which I'm sure we've all watched in high school.
Alex Garland.
Well,
No, I didn't.
Ken Burns.
yeah, Ken Burns.
Probably. I don't know. As like school teaching.
I watched it in high school. It's a really great documentary. You can't go wrong with Ken Burns. That featured Lincoln, but I don't remember anything in either film about Lincoln being queer. Why?
I mean,
It wasn't there.
Part of it's that you can't just unsubstantiatedly out someone, a historical figure, and be like, "Oh, by the way, I'm making this documentary and I have no evidence to back this up, but I'm pretty sure he was gay." You know, you kind of have to have stuff. So if now they have like more historical documents and scholars and all this kind of stuff, it's like I'm really curious to see what evidence they provide, because it's been this theoretical thing for a long time.
This is the first time I ever heard of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, Eleanor Roosevelt was rumored to be gay.
Yeah. So
Eleanor Roosevelt.
So the interview,
the first lady.
So the interviewer asks, "How do you think audience will react to the documentary?" And it was replied, "This is an important piece of American history that has been suppressed and hidden. The issue here isn't did Abraham Lincoln have sexual relations with a series of men. The question is, are we okay with that idea? Our film might upset members of potential audiences, but that is not our concern, and that's because we are presenting historical evidence with 20 prominent scholars from prestigious universities who have all come to the same conclusion, which was that Lincoln was a lover of men." So really, the documentary isn't about...
What's about him being gay?
It's not just him. He was gay.
It's not about him being gay. It's about how, like
proving he was gay.
It's about like humans always being gay.
What it means to be gay.
Well, I think it's kind of like some people who might say, well, why dig up the past? Why quote unquote sully his name if you're like an anti-gay type person, right? Take this historical figure that everyone has reverence for, and I don't know a single person that could say something bad about him except for maybe Donald Trump, who says he was better for black people than Abraham Lincoln.
MAGAs, Proud Boys, what have you.
They're probably not too fond of him.
Yeah, so why do that now? In my opinion, it's like if you have this very, very, very highly regarded historical figure and you're like, oh, by the way, he was gay too. Maybe that takes some of the negative connotation for some of the people in the modern day that are like on the fence about it, which is who the fuck is on the fence about being gay now?
Yeah, I
like pick a side.
Yeah, really.
Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm like, come on. Yeah, it's like, there are people like that are still like, I mean,
like
I'm all for them being gay, but just don't put it in my face, you know?
Okay, I thought you meant like people who are like, just be gay or not. Like,
Well, there's that too. There's a lot of people that just can't feel like they're going to comfortably come out even as an adult.
So I think this is actually going to be a really powerful documentary, and it's going to be very controversial amongst people who are stuck in their old ways of, oh, well, you know, you're gay or you're not gay. Like Joseph was saying, you're gay or you're not gay.
There's
like,
modern day Republicans.
It seems like it's painting a picture of that there was always a spectrum of sexuality between human beings. Like, you know, maybe like, you know,
of course there was.
Well,
I don't need to move along.
Well, the modern day Republicans who also are fans of Lincoln, they will be very upset about this.
Yeah, that was also a concern as well. Is that
who gives a fuck?
Cut that music.
Once I press the button, you can't do anything about it.
God damn.
It just goes. This button is hardwired that way.
So I think the reason why it was hidden and suppressed for so long is because Abraham Lincoln was like this like masculine, like man's man. This was the guy who was bare knuckle fist fighting people. What is it called? Lumberjack rules, where you're in a circle and there's a bunch of men around, and you're fist fighting.
That's just
bare
that's
knuckles.
just fighting.
Fight Club.
But then once you get knocked out and you get pushed out of the circle, they'll push you back in. Is that lumberjack rules? Is that
I have
what
no
it's
idea.
called? Okay, so
Lumberjack rules is cut down that tree over there.
I don't know, but he was portrayed as this like man's man
Manly
who not ended slavery, but basically
He basically ended slavery.
No,
He
because
signed
there
the
was
Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah, but there was slavery going up to the 70s. This guy is a piece of shit. But yeah, rest in peace, I guess. But one of the reasons,
Tyler, the bold take that Abraham Lincoln was not the one who ended slavery.
also why I am also bringing up the story as well is that I in 5th grade was Abraham Lincoln for a school project. I had the hair and everything, and the stovetop hat.
You can do it now. You just got to shave your mustache part and leave the beard.
Yeah, maybe so.
Trim your hair, get ripped.
I mean, I think Abraham Lincoln is he was a badass.
Yeah.
He built a cabin or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he carried the logs over his shoulder.
Yeah.
He was married to a schizophrenic woman.
Yeah,
so,
Mary Todd.
Yeah,
His
Right.
beard.
Yeah. Why do you think she was schizophrenic? Because he couldn't commit to her sexually.
that caused her schizophrenia.
They're pals. They were pals.
Well, I, for one, knowing the fact that Abraham Lincoln might have been gay, changes my life.
I'm upset.
Changes my worldview and perspective on everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
And I might bet maybe I'm better for it.
no, because you know why I like the
There we
reason
go.
that this documentary is coming out is because we're cutting all of the bullshit out of the stuff that we're trying to hide as a society. Oh, he was just hiding to be gay. It's, you know what? He was gay. Fine, whatever. Fuck it. Like he was gay.
So, Powers Booth, no, John Wilkes Booth, was a homophobe.
That was also a hate crime.
Maybe,
Not my words.
maybe they were in a relationship together, and Lincoln
Fuck.
and Lincoln was like, "We can't do this anymore." And then,
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think you're onto something.
John Wilkes Powers Booth killed Lincoln because he couldn't accept who his own sexuality.
Stop it.
He wasn't willing to go exclusive or public with it.
Okay. I mean, you heard it here, folks. You
canon.
You heard it here first.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited for that documentary. There's no release date yet.
It's out, isn't it? I thought it was out. Lover
It
of Men?
is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's been out. No, it starts Monday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought
No, it was
out.
yesterday. It dropped yesterday. Buy tickets now. Only in theaters. 9/6.
I thought it was streaming only.
Says buy tickets now. Only in theaters.
All right.
I'm on the loverofmen.com.
Loverofmen.com.
Yeah, that was already my browser, but they bought the.
Oh, they changed the domain.
Yeah, they bought the domain.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed last week when I went there. I'm like, what the?
What? This is not my.
I'm already fully erect.
All right. Well, that's my story. That is my news story for this week.
Okay, cool. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
I don't have a news story because I couldn't find anything that was interesting enough to talk about. A bunch of snoozers this week that you guys already didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So I just kind of came up with a quick, like, there's no winners, no losers game.
Cool.
Opinion based.
All right.
For lack of a better name for the game, I'm just going to call it what it is. It's a fuck, marry, kill
Oh, cool.
director edition.
Cool. All right. Ooh, director edition.
Director edition. So I
My name is
paired.
Denis Villeneuve.
Fuck, marry, and
I paired three. I did it like obviously in threes,
Okay.
and they're kind of like I tried to make them as similar as possible. Each pairing or each set of three directors, trying to make them like in the same genre.
Got it. Okay, cool.
At
Yeah.
least, so they are somewhat related. All right, and I guess we could take turns doing it. I'll go just back and forth.
All right, cool.
All
All right, Pete, you already played the drop, so first round, fuck, marry, kill.
Hi, my name is Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve,
All right.
Christopher Nolan,
Okay.
Ridley Scott.
Ooh, that's tough. Are we talking? Okay, I need to
As
put.
simple as it is, fuck, marry, kill.
But what I'm saying is the director or their catalog.
The director.
Just get into the
Just the
mindset of
corrector?
Lincoln.
The director.
You're not fucking their catalog of movies.
Well, you might. I mean, you seen Blade Runner 2049? Anna de Armas, am I right? She's like, but that 20 stories tall. I want to be
You're not fucking
crushed
a
to
Blu-ray
death.
disc.
Okay, fuck, marry, kill. It's
You're killing a person, you're marrying a person, or you're fucking a person.
Okay, kill Ridley Scott because he's on the end of his age, anyways.
Kill Ridley Scott?
Kill
Okay.
Ridley Scott. That's easy.
And I have my own answers for these as well once we're done.
Okay, I'd say fuck. Christopher Nolan.
Fuck.
And marry Denny.
Okay.
Because I feel like Denny is more warm and cuddly.
And Canadian.
Yeah, that too.
And also French.
You can speak French to me.
Yeah. All right, Tyler.
Parlez-vous français?
Ridley Scott or Nolan.
Who are you gonna fuck?
Come on. It's a simple answer.
We'll start with
Who are you gonna fuck?
Yeah, who you gonna fuck?
Who you gonna fuck?
I'll fuck Ridley Scott.
All right.
I'll give him the
old balls.
the most tender love that I can give to him.
Oh, you're a pitcher in this situation? I figured you'd be the receiver.
Oh, fuck no.
What? That's homophobic. Jesus Christ. We're getting canceled after this episode.
I will marry Christopher Nolan and then I will kill Denny.
You're killing Denny?
Yeah. Sorry, Denny.
Okay.
Can I make the cut?
You can provide reasoning, I guess, if you want to.
We don't need to go drag that out.
All right. Well, my answers align with Pete exactly. Marrying Denis, fucking Nolan, and killing Ridley Scott.
Yeah. There you go.
Jeez.
All right. Next set of directors: Pete.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay, James Cameron.
Oh, Kill Bay, easy. Guy's a douche nozzle. Like his movies though. Who's the other one? Steven Spielberg and who else?
James Cameron.
Cameron. Oh gosh. Mary Spielberg. Fuck. Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Big Jim C. Yeah.
Okay. Tyler.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Pete on this one.
You gonna align?
Kill Bay. I think
Cameron directed Aliens.
I think James. Yeah, he's got a good looking tuchus, so it might feel pretty good. So
You can go underwater with him.
But Steven Spielberg, he seems like
True.
the safe opportunity
Like
to have a. I mean, isn't he a billionaire or something like that? Well,
They
James
both
Cameron
are.
is.
I'm sure
so-
they all are.
I know.
His movies have made $1 billion.
Either way, you're
He gets all that.
yeah. You're,
directly to his account.
Either way, you're making out pretty good after that whole scenario.
So you're marrying Spielberg?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
fucking
mean,
James Cameron.
he directed Indiana Jones. Come on. Come on.
He also directed
Lover for Life.
He also directed War Horse.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
In 1941.
What?
The movie, 1941.
Okay.
It's supposed to be his worst movie.
No, he
Oh.
actually directed the year 1941.
Yeah, the
wow.
whole year.
Like the whole year.
All right.
What about you, Joe?
Fucking Spielberg, killing Bay, and marrying Cameron.
Marrying Cameron.
I like Cameron's movies better than I like Spielberg's movies.
I think Cameron that's probably a good call because he'd probably be a better conversationalist than Spielberg.
Yeah.
Spielberg is like famously has a fucked up childhood and like illusions of
I don't want to deal with that shit.
weird sexuality like stuff. Like sex
Yeah.
scenes in his movies there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
The few that there are.
Okay. All right. Next set.
Okay, do Tyler first.
Tyler, George Miller, Paul Verhoeven, William Friedkin.
Ooh, wow! Assuming Friedkin's alive still.
Yeah. Not his corpse. He was alive.
So he's still alive.
He's alive.
Okay.
Do him again.
George Miller, Paul Verhoeven, and William Friedkin.
Okay.
I will marry freaking. I will fuck George Miller.
Are you just trying to get drops for the board? Is that what this whole game is?
I will fuck George Miller.
I will fuck George Miller. And then who was
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, Paul Verhoeven.
Starship Troopers.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Striptease.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Striptease or just
Killing
Showgirls?
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah.
All right. Pete.
Give me him one more time.
George Miller.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Right. Paul Verhoeven.
Okay.
William Friedkin.
Okay. Mary Friedkin. He seems like a really interesting and weird guy.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Paul Verhoeven. and he'd like it too. He's a little freak.
Yeah, he like what's nude on Starship Troopers because everybody else was nude.
Yeah,
That was,
he also made Benedetta more recently, like a nude nunsploitation movie, and then I already said freaking, right?
Yeah, marrying him.
So I'm gonna have to kill George Miller.
Oh no!
No, I'm gonna marry George Miller. No, I'm gonna kill George Miller.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill him.
No, I don't want to do that. Oh well,
I don't want to do
that's what it is. Sorry,
You're
George.
killing Miller. He's also very old.
Sorry, George. Yep, you're on the edge of your life. But freaking's dead.
Yeah, freaking is freaking dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck George Miller.
Hey, you and Tyler both.
I'm gonna kill
why
Paul
not?
Verhoeven, and I'm gonna marry William Friedkin.
Yep.
Hey, there you go.
All right, next set. This is an interesting one because it's not just one person.
Okay. Oh, it's not. Okay.
Safdie brothers,
Okay.
the Coen brothers,
Ooh. Okay.
or the Daniels.
Ooh. Okay. Daniels.
They don't necessarily make similar movies, but they're just duos.
Tyler, you first.
Safdie, Daniels, and what was the
Coens.
Coens.
Safdie,
Coens.
Daniels, Coens.
Marry Coens,
Okay.
fuck Safdie, and then kill Daniels.
Okay,
I think
Be an
the
interesting-
Daniels would be more fun in bed. I'm gonna fuck the Daniels.
based on some of the content of their movies.
Just
Yeah.
what they do. Just them as a human.
A lot of
beings.
butt stuff.
Yeah, a lot of butt
Yeah.
stuff, a lot of farts. Which I think it's always fun to have like levity in the bedroom. You know, you can't take the sex so seriously. Sometimes you're just like, "Whoa, that's crazy! Is this crazy? We're doing this right now."
So you're marrying Daniels or
No,
fucking,
fuck
fucking Daniels?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say marry Coens. Marry Coens. I feel like they'd be very chill, like life partners.
Yeah,
And
they take care of you.
and kill the Safdies.
Kill the Safdies.
I look them in the eyes.
Kill the Safdies.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my AC/DC cover band in high school.
Kill the Safdies?
Yeah.
All right. I actually didn't put an answer for this one. I guess I would kill Coens. I would fuck the Daniels and marry the Safdies.
Oh,
All right.
Okay. How many more of these are there? I'm afraid of what we're saying.
It's okay. It's okay.
wait, there's more.
There's more. All right. Tim Burton, Terry
Kill.
Gilliam,
Okay.
Guillermo del Toro.
Ooh,
Kill Burton.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dad. Can't take the call right now. Actually, I should answer and ask him. I'm just kidding.
fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah, kill Burton. He had his day. Marry Guillermo, and fuck, who was the third one?
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, fuck Gilliam.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp too.
Gilliam's
Because
would be a sub too.
yeah, I think Guillermo would be a very great life partner.
Yeah, he's so jolly.
Yeah, he's fun. He's got all kind of fun toys and stuff too.
I
Yeah.
feel like he would be like the guy that would give you breakfast in bed.
Breakfast in head.
I think
Breakfast in bed too.
I think he eats breakfast in bed.
He does.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, why not? There was a
Enjoy it together.
Did we talk about him being haunted in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did. Yeah.
All right, the next group. This one might be a little challenging, I think.
Okay.
Robert Eggers,
Okay.
Ari Aster,
Okay.
David Lowery.
Ooh. Mary Lowry, fuck Eggers, kill Aster. He needs to be put out of his misery. He seems like he's got a lot of stuff to unpack.
Yeah.
Lowry needs to be a tender life partner.
I would have to say Mary Edgars because our weirdness matches.
Okay.
I feel
Match
like
your
we're on
freak.
the, I feel, yeah,
I found somebody who's going to match your freak.
What's that popular song that's out?
That's exactly what it is. I just said it.
Match your freak. I don't know how it goes. I think it's a very catchy song. So yeah.
Nasty girl.
Oh yeah. I'm a nasty girl.
What are you talking about?
So yeah, so Mary Edgars, fuck Aster, and then kill Lowry.
You know, there's no D in his name.
Oh.
It's not Edgars.
Eggers, like egg and then ers.
Eggers.
It's Eggers.
Okay.
Eggers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to
It's actually Edgers.
Edgers. Yeah, well our married life would be a full on edge.
It's like that was Robert Eggers.
The ultimate climax.
But it wasn't
on our
Eggers.
deathbed.
It was like he was wearing a Robert Eggers suit.
Yeah, I think Eggers would match my freak, and so I would want him to be a lifelong partner, and then Aster would be like the one night stand that you find at a bar.
Okay.
And then
Joseph?
Yeah, I'm marrying Eggers, fucking Aster, and killing Lowry.
Yeah.
Kill Lowry.
Yeah, kill Lowry.
Come on, dude. Come
Like
on.
the dog he is.
All right. Next one. John Carpenter.
Oh, no.
Wes Craven, Clive Barker.
Ooh. Fuck Barker. Yeah, he's wild. He made Hellraiser, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to spend a night in the sack with Barker.
Have such sights to show you.
Yeah, he does. Kill Carpenter. He's on one foot in the grave already, and then
God damn.
and marry Wes Craven.
Really?
Yep. I think Wes Craven's probably the most well-adjusted out of all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. He did Nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on with you. I'm on your side with you, Pete, on this one. I think marry Wes Craven, fuck Clive Barker, and then I'm so sorry, John Carpenter, but this bullet's for you.
You're dead.
This bullet's for you.
You're dead.
Yeah.
I'm killing Clive Barker. I'm fucking Wes Craven. And I'm marrying John Carpenter.
Cool. I respect it.
All right, last one.
Okay.
David Lynch,
Okay.
David Cronenberg,
Ooh, okay.
John Waters.
Ooh, Kill Waters.
Just so
Kill Waters.
quickly, quickly.
He's a pioneer. He's done wonderful things for art, but see you later.
He's done things for art.
Yeah.
He's done things for art.
He's done art.
He's done some things, yeah.
Give us the three again.
Lynch and Cronenberg.
Lynch and Cronenberg. Mary Lynch. That'll be every day would be a delight. And then I'd have to fuck Cronenberg, which also would be a freak fest in there.
Freak Fest.
Yeah.
I would marry
Someone's
John.
muted.
I would marry John Waters, and I would
Say that again. Sorry.
Mary John Waters.
I would marry John Waters. Then I would fuck David Lynch. My name is David Lynch. Well, and kill Cronenberg.
Every morning. Every morning he's just,
My name is David Lynch.
Well, this I know David. I know.
David, I know.
We've been life partners for the last 6 months.
Yeah. No,
So-
John Waters would be my life partner. David Lynch would.
oh.
I would fuck David Lynch, and then Cronenberg. I'm so sorry,
Kill
but
Cronenberg.
You're going to the grave.
Give him to the next
6 feet.
generation of
Yeah,
Cronenbergs.
He's going
Brandon.
Is it Brandon? Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon.
And he's got a
Yeah.
daughter too that made a movie recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Heard it wasn't great.
Yeah. I'll still watch it eventually.
I'm marrying David Lynch. He seems more joyous of the two. I guess John Waters is also very jovial.
John Waters would be fun to be married to, though, to be real.
Yeah.
He's a wild guy.
Yeah.
Marrying Lynch. I think I also would kill Cronenberg and I'd fuck John Waters.
All right, we did it.
Who wants a mustache, right?
Yeah, we did it.
Pencil thin mustache.
Yeah. So thank you for playing.
Yeah, very
Fuck,
fun.
Marry, Kill Director Edition.
Very fun.
But that's it for news and Gab and Chatter. Let's get on to some stream picks.
Movies.
Wanna watch a movie?
Yes, indeed.
Disney Plus, HBO Max. If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Stream picks. Movies that we watch on our streaming services that we recommend or don't recommend that you also watch on your streaming services. Pete.
Okay, cool. So I got a quite as extensive list. I'm going to try to spend as little time as possible because we're already at the hour mark almost.
We are?
Yeah,
I think. No, we're not.
Close to it. We have a hefty episode right now. So I watched a absolutely terrible movie called The Jester on Shudder, which is basically a knockoff of Terrifier.
Oh.
But according to most stuff that I read about it, it had a production budget of like nothing, like less than $1,000. Like it was just everything everybody already had, and the actors wore their own clothes, and the cameras were owned by the people in production and stuff. That was really, really, really not good. Oh
no, Joseph Bridges.
Thanks
College
for being
football.
Here. Yeah, thanks for being here, JB. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
We read your tweet.
Tyler heard it all.
I was on a public forum. Anyways, so The Jester, it's really not like, it's not so bad that you can't, it's unwatchable. There's actually some pretty fun kills and stuff, but like the production quality, I think, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I'm like, in retrospect, I gave it 2 stars. It's probably closer to like 2.5 considering the budget, but the plot is not good, and the pacing's not good, and the acting is very, very, very rough on a couple of the characters. So it's like there's like a Jester that just keeps popping up and killing people, and he looks like almost like a carnival barker with a crazy mask on.
Jack in the Box clown?
Kind of. No, carnival barker with the top hat and the vest, like a ringleader of a circus, ringmaster of a circus.
Yeah.
But he's got a mask that kind of looks like the Black Phone mask. You know. Anyways, so I wouldn't. If you want to watch a kind of a fun, crappy movie with friends on Shudder, it's worth it. 2023 is The Jester. I saw the TV Glow.
Okay.
Do you guys know anything about this one?
The TV Glow?
The movie's called I Saw the TV Glow.
No.
I saw
Never heard of it.
The TV Glow.
I saw, yeah. Directed by Jane Schoenbrunn, who is a trans woman who is basically has 2 movies into her catalog now. The first one was We're All Going to the World's Fair, which I talked about a couple weeks ago. And the next one was I Saw the TV Glow that came out this year. This is starring Justice Smith, Bridget Lundy Payne, who I've seen in a couple of like TV movies or TV shows. And Justice Smith was in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Detective Pikachu. Good actor. I really like him a lot. And I wish I liked this movie more. It's just not, it just goes nowhere. So this movie was not made for me. I'm a cisgender male who I did never struggle with my sense of belonging or idea of who I am or truly was as a child.
White cis male.
I'm as average as you can get when it comes to that department. But secondly, this was mistakenly marketed as like a horror. I don't think it's a horror at all.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like a vibe movie. And it was better than We're All Going to the World's Fair. It was the production quality and like the pacing and stuff was better, but the pacing still was just really, really dragged on. I mean, just get to the fucking point, which I know that's not, this type of movie is, it's not really about the A to B plot. It's really more, basically the plot is the young boy, he meets a friend at school and he's an outcast and he's really quiet and kind of keeps to himself. And he goes to this girl's house to watch this show called Opaque Pink, or The Pink Opaque. And it's like kind of a serialized sort of like adventure, sci-fi, supernatural drama, much like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that. Every week is a new adventure. It's a new monster of the week or whatever. And it's very supernatural. And these 2 people are connected together by this like weird glowing tattoo on the back of their necks of a ghost. And that's their thing, is they watch the show together, and then he can't go to her house. So she tapes him on VHS. It's a period piece. It's set in like maybe early 90s or something like that. Maybe early 2000s. And it was like, it's almost like a millennial nostalgia dump. Like everywhere you go, there's a Fruitopia vending machine in the background. It's like very period correct. And it feels very comfortable to be in that world just because of the age that I am. But all in all, it was like way more style than substance. The takeaways that I interpreted from it is like probably a little bit negative. And again, it's not made for me. So if you are transgender or of the LGBT community and you found something really profound from this, I'm glad somebody's finding something profound from this, because apparently the people are either hating this or they like think this is speaking to them. And I'm kind of on the hating it side. So my takeaway from it is that if you don't feel like you belong or you don't know who you truly are, and you must fully deny who you are and transition to be happy. So that's the takeaway I got from the end, the way that the story is telling it to me. So you got to start over fresh, shake that, just sketch, be 100% a new person, or you'll never be truly happy. When I think that part of being like accepting who you are early in life is realizing that as you get older, a lot of that stuff, your younger years just don't have the same impact as they used to. In the moment, it's like, this is everything. And I'm not talking about like suppressing who you are as a trans person or whatever, but there are people that don't have the ability to transition or don't have the ability to start over and live their life as a woman or live their life as a man or whatever. And there are parts of the country that's a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think a little bit of the message is almost like, do this or you're never going to be happy. And for the people who can't do that, what does that say? Then they're never going to be happy.
Yeah.
Unless they move to the coast, So anyways, I saw the TV Glow. It is streaming on, I guess you got to rent it. I could have sworn it was streaming somewhere, but right now you can't rent it. You can't rent it anywhere.
You got to rent it.
Got to rent it. Maybe we did because we watched, We're All Going to the World's Fair, and Brianna really wanted to watch this one with me because she hated the first one and I hated it too.
So let's watch more from this.
Well, I wanted to see if it got better, because, I like the idea of like these message movies that are made for people, marginalized people. And I like emerging filmmakers. And she's getting a lot of, Jane Schoenbrunn, she's getting a lot of buzz over her movies. And they're not bad. It's just, there's just more style than substance. It's like,
I heard that you talked about it, her like taking down tweets and like kind of being a little bit petty.
Yeah,
Social media.
People would give a review like that I gave just now. If I gave a more concise review like that on Twitter, she would retweet my tweet and say like, fuck this anti-gay bastard, loser, you just don't get it because you're a cuck. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, really, like, wow, chill out, So anyways, this is more of a PSA for everybody, but Furiosa, a Mad Max saga on Max. Watch it. It's great. Awesome.
Nice.
Even better at home. Not even better, but just as good at home. Okay, I watched The Deliverance, a Netflix movie. It's a Netflix horror movie. Very, very uneven with a ridiculous ending and message. Another ridiculous kind of message at the end. There is some standout moments. There is some interesting stuff here, some actual funny stuff. Because Glenn Close is in this, and at some point she's possessed by a demon and says some of the most racist, terrible shit you ever heard.
Oh, okay.
This is done by Lee Daniels, directed by Lee Daniels, who also directed and produced Precious.
The Butler.
The Butler?
Isn't it Lee Daniels, The Butler? Isn't that with Forrest Whitaker?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know that one. But Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry are kind of homies, and some people are saying this is like a Tyler Perry horror movie.
Yeah, Lee Daniels, The Butler, 2013.
Kind of on par with that.
It's trying to go the Jordan Peele route.
A little bit.
It's a bold move to call your movie Lee Daniels, The Butler.
Yeah. In the title. So, anyways, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's got like 2.1 on Letterboxd, averaging like the 2s are winning out above everything else. But I thought there were some good takeaways. We watched it with a couple of people, and it was like pretty fun to kind of make fun of as you go, but not like particularly amazing. We talked about the rise of Vin Diesel coming back for Pitch Black 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Fourth of the Riddick franchise.
Uh-huh.
And we talked about, I mentioned that he was supposedly pretty good as like this process clerk or something with hair. And I found the movie. It's called Find Me Guilty. And he's not a process clerk. He's on trial. He's a mob, part of a mob family. It's based off a true story in New York when Rudy Giuliani was the district attorney there.
Oh, okay.
And he was processing, basically trying to take down this mob family or mob families. And they did a RICO case, just like they did in Dark Knight, where they try them all as one organization or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So there's literally like 20 mobsters in this room and 20 lawyers. Each mobster is their own lawyer, and they had to bring in tables and shit and fill up the whole courtroom. At one point, one of the mobsters is this old Italian guy, and he has a heart attack. They go to the hospital, and they're like, "We're taking this back. We're bringing this fucking hospital bed in because he needs to get a fair trial, and we ain't delaying this anymore."
Yeah.
The trial goes for 2 years.
Jesus.
A 2 year long, 5 days a week for 2 years.
Damn.
God.
Imagine those jurors. You gotta quit your job.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's the longest case ever in American history, and it's a real case.
Wow.
So Vincent Diesel himself,
Vincent Diesel.
he plays kind of a goofball. He's a goofball mobster.
He's the mob makes fun of him.
No, he's like everybody likes when Uncle Vito's around, Hey, it's Uncle Vito. Hey, tell us a joke.
Oh, he's not like Corky Romano.
No. Everybody likes him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he's just the goofy uncle, and he plays the part really well. This is the second to last movie from Sidney Lumet, who did 12 Angry Men as well. He directed this. So it's not as impressive as some of his other famous works, but it's still pretty impressive. So the other thing that's weird about it is somehow the movie is able to get everyone in the audience to root for these mobsters.
Oh, I hope they get out of it.
Yeah, the whole time you're like, I like this guy. I hope he gets out of it. And the whole thing is that he is pissed off at his lawyer who got him arrested in the first time, and he's in jail for something else.
Vincent Diesel
is in jail for something else. And all his other mob pals are out free. So when they are tried as a RICO, he has to go to jail every night, and they get to go back home.
Yeah.
They're on trial, but they're not arrested. He's in jail and also on trial. So he's kind of like the odd man out, and he's pissed at his lawyer for getting him in jail for the first charge. So he says, fuck you. I'm gonna represent myself. And it's this goofy ass mob dude who's, hey, you jurors, I don't know anything about legal shit, but I'll tell you what, I know how to make a great pastrami sandwich. Oh, you know.
Oh.
And that's the whole movie is him just yucking it up in the courtroom.
Gabagool.
Yeah, he's ordering some gabagool. So it took me a while to figure out like what his goofy ass character he was trying to do was. But yeah, it's really, really, really pretty good.
I just did a horrible impression of an Italian.
That's right. I did. So I watched this on Amazon Prime, but it's also streaming on Crackle, Freevee, Fubo, Hoopla, Peacock, Plex, Pluto.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Roku, VIX, Vudu, and Zumo.
You're just making up words now.
I know. So that's called Find Me Guilty 2006.
Zumo.
If for nothing else, it's Sidney Lumet. You know what you're getting from that. Mm-hmm. And then I continued my Vincent Diesel dramatic movie journey, and I watched Boiler Room from the year 2000.
Oh.
Yes. This is starring Giovanni Ribisi. It's got Ben Affleck in it. It's got Vincent Diesel. Who else is in this? Nikki Cat, Scott Kahn,
Nikki Cat,
Ron Rifkin, Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah, Tom Everett Scott. There's a lot of people that I recognize in this, and it's basically, this is like Wolf of Wall Street light. It's about Giovanni Ribisi runs a illegal casino in his apartment in Queens, and he's just kind of a fuck up, starting his life, and his dad's a judge and always telling him, you need to get a real job. I can't believe you're doing this. You're jeopardizing my job because I'm a judge and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So he works for this stockbroker firm, but they're all shysters. And it's just Wolf of Wall Street where they're like, was any of this stuff that we're doing legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Is it fourth wall breaking?
Well, that's in Wolf of Wall Street. They just talk right to the audience. They fourth wall break and tell you that. Mm-hmm. In this, you find out later on that it's all, like, he's just a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and says, I'm going to make a bunch of money.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm apply it out of nowhere and I don't know shit. So I'm going to make a bunch of money. And there's some pretty good like Ben Affleck speeches. He's like the second head honcho. Tom Everett Scott, I think, is the main guy. He plays the drummer from That Thing You Do. But Ben Affleck is like the second in command, and he's the one that like hypes everybody up. And he's like, if you work here, you will be a millionaire. Within 3 years, you will be a millionaire. You know, that sort of a thing. And it's like cutthroat, bloodthirsty. It kind of reminds me of Pool Hall Junkies or like Rounders or any of those kind of like period piece, you know, 90s like movies, not period piece, but of that era. Mm-hmm. Like just a great cast, a really great energy. And I think that a lot of people might dislike this movie, but I thought it was really good. So that's from 2000. It's called Boiler Room. This is recommended by listener Chris, actually. And I did rent that one. It was like a $4 rental on YouTube. There's a TV show that I watched that's new, and I just want to mention people to watch it. It's fucking great, and I think that it deserves you to watch it. It's called The English Teacher.
The English Teacher.
The Brian Jordan Alvarez.
The guy, Alvarez.
Sitting is the opposite of standing. Yeah.
He's that guy. And that's just one of his characters. TJ Maxx is his character that sings that song. And he got a Hulu show, and I'm watching him on YouTube talking about, I got a show, and it's coming out. You're going to be excited about it. Everybody should watch this, blah, blah, blah. And I watched, they have 2 episodes out on Hulu right now. It is fucking great. This is so good. And I am so happy that it's successful because I've seen interviews with him in real life, and he seems like such a really good mensch, total like salt of the earth, real person who's just fun and talented and hardworking. Because he's got like 10 or 12 different characters he does on TikTok, and he's always uploading videos from these different characters. And it's eventually one of them hooked. He did the sitting video. Yeah. It went viral. Somebody turned it into like a dance anthem. Yeah. And then put it on Spotify, and everyone is fucking listening to it at once. And it's like, he just blew up, and then he got popular, and he got a shot. At the same time that the Hawk Tua girl got her shot.
And is getting a podcast.
And she's getting shit, and it's give her a shot. Great. Listen to her. Fucking great. Whatever. If you want to, that's fine. She's just a random person who got her shot. If she's talented, good for her. That's the American dream. This guy's been hustling for years and years and years, and he gets his shot, and it's amazing. It's really, really good. I would tell you. So please go watch The English Teacher on Hulu. It is very progressive. He plays a gay English teacher who everybody goes to him for any gay questions because like Powder Puff is coming up, and they're like, hey, we need you to go teach the football players how to be cheerleaders. He's like, why? I've never been a cheerleader. Well, you know. I mean, you know. And the cast in this is also really good. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about The English Teacher, so go watch that. And then lastly, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. You just need to go watch it. This is Rebel Ridge just dropped on Netflix yesterday. Jeremy Saulnier's Rebel Ridge. Jeremy Saulnier made Murder Party, Green Room, Blue Ruin, and now Rebel Ridge. And this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's a great, great action movie.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
It's good. I think it lulls a little bit in the plot near the end, and it kind of draws a little bit out in the middle. Doesn't matter. It's a great subversion to expectation. It's a great commentary on, expectations for military life, people that live on the fringe of society, and ultimately perversion of the police state and corrupt cops and all that stuff. So
it's kind of like Rambo, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit. Little Rambo, little The Hunted, a little... yeah, it's just very, very good. And the guy who stars in it, I've never heard of his name before. Looked a little familiar. Aaron Pierre is his name. He's 6'6" or 6'5" or something like that.
Big
and
dude.
Just buff as fuck with these like piercing, like they're very light brown eyes that almost look gray. He's got a very interesting look. And he's at the beginning, he's a part of a police corruption thing, and he's the victim of it, and he's being very calm and
Very demure.
very demure.
Oh,
Yeah, very
God,
mindful.
no. Why did you have to
very
say that?
mindful, very demure. And you're thinking, part of me when I'm watching it, I was like, he's not a great actor. It's all because the character needs to be that way. When he takes off and he releases who the character really is, holy fuck, he's good.
Nice.
Yeah, so Don Johnson's also in this. He plays the big bad. He's from
Don Johnson is his name?
Don Johnson. You know who Don Johnson is?
That's from
John Donson.
That's from that 80s TV
Miami
show.
Vice.
Miami Vice. Yeah.
My Don Johnson is in it, and he's the big bad, and man, he's good. He is a piece of shit in this.
Cool.
So yeah, watch that on Netflix.
All right, Tyler, what glorious movies do you have to recommend to us today?
I only have one streaming pick this week. This is a movie called The American Society of Magical...
Go ahead, say it.
See, I don't know if I feel comfortable saying this.
It's not the N-word. You could say Negroes in the context
The American
of...
Society of Magical Negroes is the film title. It's the film title.
We got him.
Yeah, this movie was recommended to me, and I thought it was very fun in the first half. It got me in the first half. It kind of didn't really get me in the second half. So I'm
that's a
going to
bummer.
read my review.
Tyler reads his own letterboxed reviews. This is me, myself, and Tyler.
Oh, that never gets old. This came out in 2024. I didn't know. I thought it came out last year. But so I gave this movie a 3-star. So it goes like this. The first half of this movie is really fun and original. Definitely some laughing out loud moments. I think this could have been a short film rather than a full-length feature, but all of the actors performed well. The writing was good and just a fun movie to put on if you don't know what to watch on a Tuesday night after work. So I graded this a B-.
Also starring Justice Smith from I Saw the TV Glow.
Oh yeah,
Same guy.
So yeah, I thought the first, I would say the first. This is only like an hour and a half movie, but the first 40 minutes was very interesting. I really like the concept of certain American Black people like having these like magical capabilities and like their purpose to...
Is that the plot?
So the plot is that, so it starts out with our main character, Aaron, who's like a high society artist who does stuff with yarn.
Okay.
And he's not getting any bidders on his projects, and the art studio, was it the gallery director or whatever?
Curator.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. The curator, she goes up to him and, yeah, you need to find a bidder. There's one who hasn't bid on anything. Go up and socialize with him. But he's more or less timid about it. He's not very a social person. He's like, all right, I guess I'll go up to him. And then immediately gets shut down. And then he's walking down the street, like he throws away his project and he's walking down the street. And then there's this drunk girl who's like trying to get money out of an ATM. And she's, hold this purse for me. And he's okay. And then she's like looking for her card, which is already in the ATM machine.
Okay.
and she's like, "Where's my card? Where's my card?" And then like her boyfriend's like, "That guy's stealing her purse."
Okay.
And so that's kind of like where the story starts to cascade into the plot of him having magical abilities, because this older black gentleman comes out of nowhere and kind of like poofs the purse out of his hand. And he's like, I don't have a purse. And it I don't know. It's so goofy. it's so goofy and funny.
So what's the point of the society though?
So the society is that they're trying to keep white people happy. So
what?
Yeah.
Really?
They're trying to. Have you seen it? Have you?
No, I don't know. I know the title, and I was like, this could be a disaster.
So it's really funny. So basically, the whole point is that there's a society of black people whose sole purpose is to keep white people happy, so they don't endanger the black community.
Oh, okay.
So
ulterior motive. Okay.
So they go and
placate the racists, because basically.
So they basically go and be like the mentors. They do this example of like an older member where he would be like a farmhand, and there would be like a white guy like having like troubles in his life, and then this black guy comes around and like basically guides him to make his life better. And
I don't like this.
It's I mean, I'm butchering at describing the movie,
okay.
But it is really funny. And
this movie got review bombed, by the way.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, on Letterboxd it's a 2.6.
Really?
Yeah, 2.6. Which that's not bad. It's like average of 3-star rating is about average.
Almost in the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of about in the middle. I mean, and IMDb though, where it got review bombed, is a 3.5, and it has 58% of the reviews are 1 star.
I mean,
wow.
it really isn't a bad movie. I was laughing out loud at the beginning of the parts of the movie, but I think it lost its way in the second half because it started focusing on his assignment. So everyone in the society gets assigned a white person who is having troubles in their life, so that
it's like, sorry to bother you.
Oh my god!
So they can guide this white person into not being discriminatory towards black people.
Weird.
And so the main character Aaron gets assigned to this white guy, and he's trying to have this other woman that he has unrequited love for for them to be together. But then he ends up falling in love with the girl, and
a white girl.
No,
that just can't happen.
It's not.
Just can't happen. I don't. What's the message behind this though?
The message. I didn't.
It sounds almost like,
I didn't,
hey, black people, can you help me not be racist?
No, I don't think there was any like sort of like underlying.
There has to be a message.
I mean,
there has to be something from a movie called The American Society of Magical Negroes.
I think really what it. I think the message, I guess, would be is the portrayal of like the black person being like the conduit to having a better life, but then it also plays on that satire of it. So it's.
Should we be talking about this?
I'm intrigued to watch it now, and any of our listeners that are black or identify as black, and you have
identify as black.
Yeah, what is
the Rachel Dolezal's in there?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were raised in a black household or something like that,
Steve Martin.
Yeah, so, there you go.
I mean, okay, so
I'm gonna finish my thought though. Anybody who does have that experience and watches the movie is going to have a very different takeaway from it than we will. I imagine so. So I'm just saying,
it's kind of like playing on
like me watching. I saw the TV Globes. Like, that's not my experience.
I think it's playing on the idea of.
I'm not a magician.
In media, there's this like.
Damn it.
There's this sage, older or younger black person that's guiding people through life, and so they're playing on that. They're giving them magical.
Where's this streaming?
Yeah, please.
No, it's not streaming anywhere. I rented it.
Went out of your way to buy this.
So it was recommended to you by a stranger to us.
Wasn't a random person.
No, it was a fan of the show.
Oh, okay.
You can just say Angie. You don't have to say, pretend like when you don't say who it is, we know who it is. It was an
Take this
Where
shit.
is she, by the way?
It was an anonymous.
Take-
Yeah, she gave her the wave today. You can't say
Take the shoes.
an
Take this-
anonymous
take-
listener.
Take this shit. But yeah, it was. I thought it was a very entertaining movie, and then there's also a kind of a fun twist at the end as well with the
the
love
black
int-
people
with
take off their mask and they're white people.
Oh no!
easy watch. Definitely a movie. Like if you don't know what to watch, like you could just put this on.
Rent it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So check that out.
It is streaming on Amazon Prime though.
What it is? Dang it! I paid more for his fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So check that. Oh, you gotta be kidding!
What's it called again?
You already know. Yeah. There it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is that okay? One.
Yeah, just one.
Okay. All right. Are you still committing to the thing?
No.
You're not. You don't want
The
that.
answer is no. Not. He's rescinded his offer.
You're not gonna do it.
I'm doing my best.
You're not gonna give us the time.
I'm doing my best.
I don't know about that.
If this is your best, just go back on it. Just go back on it.
You paid money for a movie when we have a boatload of streaming picks that we recommended that are streaming.
Yeah, I got a backlog.
Paid for a movie that's actually streaming for free. Heather in the chat has watched your streaming pick, and she says it's a satire on the movie trope of the magical Negro. It could have been really great, but was too long for the material they had.
That's why I said it should have been a short film.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
it's. I guess that concept is like, I don't know. You have
what's the movie that's based off of what's that ride at Disneyland?
Haunted
Sun
Mansion?
Splash?
Pirates of the
No.
Caribbean?
Oh,
the
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Oh, Song of the South.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
What do you what do you think?
It wasn't as good as that. That's what he was saying.
Oh no, that's not true.
All right, let's move on from this.
Please.
Thanks, Heather. I'm gonna watch it now.
All right.
It's streaming for free.
Okay, so I'll go through mine just in order. So I watched, now streaming on Peacock, I watched The Bike Riders. Jeff Nichols?
Jeff Nichols, yeah.
Jeff Nichols, The Bike Riders.
Jeff Nichols?
Starring Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, and Michael Shannon, Jodie Comer, Mike Feist of Challengers fame, Norman Reedus, Boyd Holbrook, and a bunch of other people. And this was released this year, although it says 2023. Yeah, directed by Jeff Nichols, who directed Midnight Special, Take Shelter. I think that's the only ones I can think of.
I'll look it up.
And this follows a bike gang, specifically Austin Butler's character, and Tom Hardy plays the leader of this bike gang. He's the one who started it, and Jodie Comer, her character, is essentially the love interest to Austin Butler's character. Mm-hmm. And she is kind of retelling the story. It's like a narration from her, and she's being interviewed by Mike Feist, who's a photographer and journalist, playing the real life photographer and journalist who documented this real gang of real biker boys.
Mud also.
Biker boys.
Mud,
Yeah,
yes.
Take Shelter from Mud and Midnight Special.
Is it kind of like The Outsiders in a way?
I don't know. I never watched it.
You never watched The Outsiders?
No,
He wasn't there for that episode.
I wasn't there. Yeah.
I'm
We're
a
the
greaser.
outsiders. Yeah.
I'm an outsider.
And I guess if you like a movie sort of like Easy Rider, you would also kind of enjoy this. Not because it's like also about bikers, but because it has a similar type of tone to it.
Okay.
There not a lot I feel like goes on in this movie. I kind of felt, I don't know what my expectations were, but I kind of felt underwhelmed by the whole thing. It was good and well made, well put together, but overall the performances were good. It didn't land.
Wanted more to happen.
Didn't land with me.
It's a bummer.
And there's some drama that happens with the gang. And it's kind of about Tom Hardy's gang, who starts small and local in Chicago. And then eventually it just kind of gets bigger and out of hand. And he, like this newer generation of kids in his gang, they establish rules in the inception of this gang. And then they're kind of loosey-goosey with them. But then these new guys, much later in the gang's life, are very hard and fast and play by the rules, take it way too seriously. Like a member of the gang wants to leave the gang, and they're like, well, we don't want that to happen. And so you can imagine what these new kids would do to someone like that.
You ask them really nicely to not leave.
Yeah. And it's kind of a tragic story overall, but it's like a sort of a bittersweet ending to the whole thing. And but overall, I mean, it was enjoyable to watch. I don't know if I'd ever go back to it. It's definitely not as good as Take Shelter or Midnight Special.
It's a bummer. Still give it a watch.
But yeah, it's kind of like a vibe-ish movie. The music, the soundtrack is great. And
I like Tom Hardy's accent in it. I heard one clip of him talking. I'm like,
yeah,
there we go.
Got like a higher pitched voice.
I'm a bike rider.
We're bike riders.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And the Jodie Comer? Like Homer?
Yeah.
Her accent, she has a very strong Midwest accent in that, and it's kind of comical in a way. And Austin Butler is kind of mewing the whole time. Just kind of like...
That's his default state.
Yeah.
Mewing.
He's a handsome lad, but do something about just take it easy sometimes.
I had to look that up because I heard it and it didn't make sense in the context of the conversation. I'm like, do I misunderstand what mewing is?
Mewing.
I thought it was like simping.
It's just
I thought it was simping.
like kind of like pursing your lips and clenching your jaw, trying to make it look sharper than it is.
Apparently it's like you have to open your mouth, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth in a certain way, and it defines your features more.
Yeah. So that's
handsome Squidward.
Yeah, exactly. The Chad.
Yeah. Chadtopia.
So Bike Rider is streaming on Peacock now.
Okay.
It's worth a watch. Now streaming on Hulu is Yorgos Lanthimos' Kinds of Kindness.
Cool.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I did not know about this movie is that it's 3 movies. It's 3 short movies.
Oh, cool. That makes
one.
it easier to digest.
Yeah. And they're all starring, each one stars the exact same cast. Jesse Plemons, Margaret Qualley, Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, and what's his name from Poor Things?
Oh, Mark Ruffalo?
Hong Chow and Mamoudou Athie. That's his name. Mamoudou Athie. You'd recognize him.
Mamadou.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yo, Mamadou.
It's Mamadou.
And each short film just gets more deranged than the last one. Kind of insane. The first one is you're following Jesse Plemons as like the main character, and he works for Willem Dafoe, who I don't remember if they specifically say what kind of company he runs, but it's a very like almost it looks like billionaire status company, and Jesse Plemons is like Willem Dafoe's right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
But Willem Dafoe has a very weird way of managing and being his boss. He's essentially like they're kind of like lovers.
Okay.
And Hong Chow plays Jesse Plemons' wife. And what I got from it, I was like, is this kind of like being like a corporate slave and like what you would do for your company? That's kind of the vibe I got of it, but it's presented in obviously a Yorgos way.
Let me ask you, is the 3 stories with the 3 actors, are they playing the same characters?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, totally
it's a
different.
reset.
Totally different characters in each one.
Cool.
And one of the tasks that Jesse Plemons' character is asked to do is to drive into a car, like T-bone a car that's going through an intersection of this one specific person.
Huh.
And he tries to do it and he fails because his goal is to kill the other person.
Okay.
He tries to do it, fails, and then Willem Dafoe proceeds. So there will be an accident in 2 days. You're going to do it again. And and Jesse Plemons really doesn't want to do it. He really wants to get out of this
weird relationship
and company.
Okay.
And I don't want to reveal too much because there's
I'm going to watch it this week.
Some things about it. It's like there's like twists and reveals within each one. But that's basically what happens in that one. And then the second one is there's like a kind of a big reveal. You kind of see it coming though, with Emma Stone and Margaret Qualley. They're totally different characters. They're like neighbors and friends, and it's like it's 2 couples. And no, that's the third one. No, is it? No, that's the second one. I got it mixed up. Where one, like Jesse Plemons' wife, is Emma Stone, and the short starts with her. She's missing. Like she was like out on a boat trip doing research. She's a scientist or something.
Okay.
And she's been missing for however long. They don't specifically say. And they allude to the fact that the boat crashed or sunk or something, and they got stuck on an island. And then it shows flashbacks of her on the island doing things. And then she also seems like she's not the same person as she was when she left. Because there are things that she does or likes that before she left, she was not like that at all. Like her foot is bigger than the shoes that she has. So
okay.
And so it's almost, it seems like it's like she was replaced kind of thing.
Interesting.
And then the third one is like very much like a cult type of thing, where Willem Dafoe is the leader of a cult.
Unsurprising.
And
I'd follow that cult.
And Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons are like a couple, and it's kind of confusing on what. I mean, all of it's kind of confusing, but what exactly they're trying to do. And she gets kicked out eventually, and they're like, "You've been contaminated," and she's. It's hard to talk about, honestly. But it was all very unique, which is the least you could say about a Yorgos movie.
Yeah.
It was good. Not as good as Poor Things overall, but I didn't know it was 3 short films going into it.
That's cool.
Which made it a little easier to watch.
I was going to say, a little easier to swallow, hour and 10, hour and 20 per.
Yeah. And there is a through line. There's like one character who's like a side character that is a through line through each one.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's streaming on Hulu.
You know that Willem Dafoe's real name is William?
Yeah.
I thought it was Willem.
That's his stage name.
That's his stage
name? His birth name is William Dafoe.
Oh.
Yeah. And what's his name? Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. But he changed it to Keaton because Michael Douglas was already a thing.
He wants to. I read a story that he now in his career wants to be known as Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas.
Not Michael Keaton, Mike Douglas.
Yeah. I think he said it on like a talk show or something.
Yeah.
Or an interview.
Like, would be nice.
Yeah.
If people would call me by my real name.
And then I have a kind of a two-fer. One's not a recommend, one is a recommend. Okay. And they're very similar. I watched Volcano and Dante's Peak.
Oh, cool. Good pairing.
Okay, what's the one you recommend?
Well,
Can't wait.
I've talked about Dante's Peak early in the show.
Yeah.
Very early. And at this point, I had never seen Volcano like in its entirety.
That's Tommy Lee Jones, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Dante's Peak is by far the superior movie. Volcano is not good.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Volcano.
Where do you land on that, Pete? Volcano or Dante's Peak?
I don't think I could confidently say I've seen Volcano.
Yeah.
And this is as a LJ aficionado. I love Tommy Lee Jones. But Volcano, haven't seen it.
Volcano is more like a sci-fi original movie. It's like Volcano in LA. That's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah.
I like Volcano. I prefer Volcano over Dante's Peak.
Interesting.
Well, sometimes we're wrong.
I don't know. Okay, yeah.
Dante's Peak is so much more entertaining, so much better of a disaster movie because of the way it was made. I mean, you have Pierce Brosnan for one, and you have Linda Blair for two. And
that's the selling point is Pierce Brosnan and Linda Blair.
Absolutely. Pierce Brosnan, look at those piercing eyes and those luscious locks.
Those squinty eyes.
You know his birth name was Piers, like Piers Morgan?
Plus, Dante's Peak, the production of Dante's Peak is so much better than Volcano.
Why is that?
Because it looks real for the most part.
Looks like a movie.
Everything for the most part is practical. And it's more horrifying than Volcano. There's some genuinely kind of scary parts to that movie. The lake of acid, the opening of the movie, and the sheer scale of a volcano mountain exploding on top of this, like basically Pompeii. And I'm so glad I was a Dante's Peak kid and not a Volcano kid.
There you go. That's how you know you had a good childhood.
And Volcano is streaming on Hulu. Dante's Peak is streaming on Amazon Prime.
That's everything you need to say right there.
Yeah. And then I caught up with a Tyler pick.
Oh, cool.
From years ago.
Really?
Years and years ago.
Yeah.
See, I'm following through with the whole thing. This is a documentary called TFW No GF.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The Wojak one.
Streaming on Tubi.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Streaming on Tubi.
That's a...
Throwback to a better time.
COVID.
Yeah.
This was when South by Southwest was during their Amazon festival.
Ask yourself, were you better off 4 years ago or worse? What the fuck? What kind of question is that?
And
remember drive-by birthday parties?
Oh yeah. People had like slides for like sharing their groceries or whatever.
Sit on the front porch with a mask on on a lawn chair while your friends drive by and you wave and they say happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good times.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
Didn't have to go outside.
Yeah. Muscles atrophy.
So this is streaming on Tubi, and it follows people who are chronically online and never outside.
Yeah.
Basically incels and trolls for the most part. And they follow a group of different people, like different types of incels, I guess. You have the true trolls where they are saying some horrible things online and making fun of like tragedies or being racist, like taking a picture of yourself with your gun collection and saying excited for the movies. And
oh, I gotcha. Like true trolls.
Yes, true fucking asshole trolls.
Toxic, like bringing down society.
But when you talk to them in person, it's like we're not actually like that.
Sure.
They're very timid, nerdy.
Exactly.
Isn't this funny?
Yeah.
How much of a piece of shit I am?
Yeah.
Just sad.
And then you have there was one specific dude, I think his name was Kyle, and he was a cowboy. He was in Texas, and he always wore a hat, and he was actually kind of a actual piece of shit, online and offline. It was interesting seeing all those different characters from that community, the 4chan community, and there was a couple that I actually did feel sympathy for, but it felt like the documentary as a whole was as aimless as the people they interviewed.
Oh, really?
Because it didn't have, there's no like call to action. There was no goal with it. It was just like, we're just talking to these people and then it's over.
Yeah. That's essentially what it was.
So it was all right. It was, if you want to, it's like a series of YouTube videos. It's like watching like Fatty. What's it called?
iDubbbz.
Full Force.
Full Force, yeah.
It's kind of like watching that, but not as funny, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, man, that was years ago.
That's what I said. Yeah, 2020. So it's streaming on Tubi. You watch it with ads or not. I mean, you could probably skip it, I guess.
I mean, if you have an interest in like that sort of subculture, incels, yeah. I mean, you might find it interesting. I found it fascinating, but I agree with you, Joseph. It was aimless. Like there was no message. It was just more of a spotlight on this very toxic community.
And there was like with some of them, they actually kind of did have by the end of the documentary anyway, like they go back and interview people like a couple of years since they interviewed them earlier in the documentary, and they are living like kind of completely different lives. Like they have girlfriends now and they're different,
Those poor women.
Hopefully they're not as terrible as they once were.
Hopefully.
So that's streaming on Tubi. And then finally, watched it last night, streaming on Paramount via Apple TV. Talk to Me.
Oh, cool.
Came out in 2022.
Is that the hand one?
Yeah, it's the hand one.
The hand one.
Overall, pretty good. Pretty good movie. Ending was like, it was good, but I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah?
It was like, it was good. Oh, that's a nice kind of wraparound ending. It was
pissed you off though.
It didn't piss me off. I was just like, oh, okay. Like it didn't leave me with anything.
Okay.
Acting was pretty good, and the filmmaking and the effects for that little kid, was really good and really brutal. I was like, that kid I feel like that kid should be dead.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's even more impressive knowing that they're basically just YouTubers.
Yeah.
Raka.
Philippoos.
Yeah, the Philippou brothers.
Oh, it's a bunch of Aussies.
Yeah.
Jack knows him, I think.
Yeah. All Australians know each other.
Yeah.
They get together every week to eat kangaroo.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Barbecue.
Oh yeah, barbecue with
Hugh and Roo. That's what they call it.
What's the
coming
beer?
over to cue some Roo?
What's the beer they
Foster's.
like? Foster's. Yeah.
Nice
they have
can
like
of Foster's.
The big cans of Foster's.
They're all chilling at Outback and
in the Outback.
And at Outback.
Outback in the Outback.
Yeah. So it's a very Gen Z horror movie, just because the characters are all of that age, kind of like bodies, but not funny. and not ridiculous. And it's this hand, this like ceramic hand is like a portal to the other side, which is
The other side of what?
like limbo, like purgatory, basically. Like all these spirits are stuck there. It looks like hell, honestly. And it's not purgatory like wrist cutters. It's purgatory like you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I guess it is hell then.
Yeah, it looks like hell. And they're not having a good time.
Yeah, they're not.
You put you like shake hands with the thing, and then you say "talk to me." They say the name of the movie, and then you see a random spirit, like whoever opened the door, and they're sitting across from you, and usually they're like very wet and moist and swollen, decaying people.
Yeah.
Soul.
They're having a hard time. They're having a hard time.
Yeah, and then you see them, and you're the only person who sees them. And then you say, this movie could have also been called Let Me In if Let Me In didn't exist already.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things they have to say. They're like, or they say, I let you in.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they essentially possess the person who is doing the handshaking. And then it's like a drug, like flatliners. Like they just they do it for kicks, and there's like this whole montage sequence of these young kids, and they're all like kind of just going through it. Like, I want to turn, let me do it, and they do it for 60 or 90 seconds.
Anything past that, you're fucked. Yeah, you risk bringing somebody back or some shit like that.
Yeah, and then it's because it's always a random spirit, a random person.
Yeah, it could be John Wayne Gacy for all you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And really cool concept, pretty well executed, I think. A lot of great like effects and editing tricks, and yeah, overall pretty good. I didn't really have much expectations. I had no expectations going into it. So, and it was entertaining, and it was pretty well acted, I think, from everybody, even from the young.
That was really
the young
good.
kid.
I liked it quite a bit. It was really good.
You know, the problem I have with the concept of these kind of movies is that I can't put myself in the mind state of the young people who are doing. It's kind of like the old legendary like Bloody Mary thing where you go into a bathroom and you say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and then it shows up in the mirror or whatever. Like, or like doing like a Ouija board thing. I can never get into that concept because I would never participate in something like that.
That's funny. I was just talking to somebody about the logic of horror movies, and they don't enjoy it because, like, why would you do that? Why would you go over there?
Yeah. So more specifically with this hand thing, if I was at a party in my teenage years, you know, we're having a good time. They're like, oh, I have this ceramic hand that brings spirits back from the other side. My first question would be, the other side of what? What, the door?
Consciousness.
And then I would be like, oh, yeah, fuck this. And I'm going to go outside and
I'm going home.
Swing on a tree or some.
Swing on a tree?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So you wouldn't do the hand thing.
I could swing on trees.
Yeah. You wouldn't do the hand thing.
I'd rather make out with the girl in the backyard or something.
It's not either or. You know, you could do both.
Oh, I can do both. But like that. But that's
the main character's reasoning for doing it makes sense though.
Okay.
Yeah, like her
good writing.
Yeah, her mom killed herself, and
nice
is and is living just with her dad, who's just been grieving the whole time. Get over it. You know what I'm talking about? It was like months ago.
It was months ago.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, good recommend, high recommend for.
What's streaming again?
Talk to me. That's right now. Paramount Plus through Apple TV. I don't know if it's only on Apple TV or only on Paramount Plus. That's where I watch it, through Apple TV.
Cool.
But yeah,
we did it.
We did it for this one.
Anything else, fellas?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. So, thank you to our cool ass Yardoodies over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, Steven, and Chris. And if you want to support us, you can do so through patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass. Or you can just listen on the YouTube page. That helps too. And thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers. It really means a lot. Until next time.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really, 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 that's what we need. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Go to the Facebook page and all the socials that are in the show notes if you want. But really, just send your friends who like movies and like comedy to our YouTube channel.
Please do that. And also, please leave us a voicemail at 209-730-6010.
And follow us on Twitter at PodcastMCFC and on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class.
But really, really, go to the YouTube channel.
Go to the YouTube.
If you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Yeah, tell your friends. Share, please.
Tell your mom and your dad.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you later.
See ya.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here.
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you next week.
See you later. See you later.
That's a wrap.
Great show.